Oh, this game isn't over. The offense needs to continue to play. We can't throw the interception to battle. We can't allow DJ Taylor to pull the football out of DK Metcalf's hands. Those things can't happen. And when Pat Freiermuth scores, we got to have a conversation on the sideline that whatever has happened for the first 58 minutes of this game is now over. If we get this stop, we're a 5-1 football team in control of our own destiny in the AFC North and in the AFC. Mike Tomlin did not have this team prepared to finish.
They're 2-10 on Thursday night road games under Mike Tomlin. 2-10 and 0-7 versus AFC North rivals. So does that make the Steelers contenders or pretenders? I'm asking RC right here on national television. I need an answer.
This team, the reason the question is hard is because you got to be the polar opposite. I would give them closer to contender than I would pretender.
Okay.
Right? I've seen this team this year understand defensively how we need to bring pressure in order to get people around the quarterback and create turnovers. I've seen whether it's Nick Herbig, TJ Watt, Cam Hayward. I've seen all of these players defensively make the plays they need to make. I see 2 sacks from Jalen Ramsey. Aaron Rodgers is obviously exactly who they acquired him to be. Not from a leadership standpoint, from a production standpoint. What I did notice last night was the conversation we had yesterday, though, Stephen.
Okay.
Who's number 2?
Yeah.
Are we going to give the ball to Scotty Miller? Is the ball going to go to Roman Wilson? Is it going to be Jonnu Smith? Is it going to be Darnell Washington? This team is a contender in the sense that I think they're closer to being, or they're a playoff team more so than they're a team that doesn't make the playoffs. But with what I saw last night, that team can't win a championship.
Yeah, I got a question to you, Stephen A.
Sure.
Because when we're having this dynamic, there's obvious connectivity to the Steelers.
Yes.
From a fan's perspective, obviously he's playing from the organization. My question is, when you see a game like this, given the circumstances, given the statistics, how do you see them moving forward, and does it give you confidence in them moving forward?
You know what I don't like about what I saw last night? The Steelers showed me why they wouldn't win a playoff game. In other words, what you saw from the Steelers last night, we've seen before in a regular season game. We've seen them plummet when they should have ascended.
Right.
They'll correct the ship enough to be respectable enough to get to the postseason, and then when you get there, that kind of stuff is going to happen. Yeah. If you go up against Indianapolis, Jonathan Taylor probably going to run all over you. If you go up against Buffalo, it's going to be on the road or right in that inclement weather, and Josh Allen's going to find a way to hurt you. You go up against Kansas City, there's nothing to discuss. They'll beat you any which way they want to, okay? You see vulnerabilities, and you're expecting people to step up and to give you the impression this is different. What do you constantly remit? Middle of the road. If you can't be great, be awful. That way, as a result, you can position yourself in the draft, you understand, and potentially free agency because you know you need a plethora of parts. The problem with the Steelers is they're good enough to be better than half the league and not good enough to be better than the other half. They're the middle of the road, which means they're good enough to make regular seasons interesting for you. But every Steeler fan know, you looking at this team, that is not a Super Bowl championship legitimate.
Well, how much were you paying attention to? Because when they acquired Aaron Rodgers, my thing was this. I believe they'll be a playoff team, and I think they'll struggle to win a first-round game.
Right.
So you're saying, in watching that game, even with the way Aaron Rodgers played, you think this is still a team that's one and done?
That's what has shocked me, because I've seen too many occasions this season, where the Steelers' defense can be exploited. I saw it against the New York Jets. I saw it last night. I'm seeing teams moving the ball and being able to get what they need when they need it. Right. You know, one of the things that was great about the Ravens with Ray Lewis and those boys was that they were going to find a way to stop you. We're not having it. And the Steelers at that time, when they had to go up against the Ravens, even though it was sporadic, it was inconsistent, there were seasons when you knew the Steelers defense going to show up.
Yeah.
Are you going to get something offensively, Big Ben? Are you going to do something? You're going to do something, Antonio Brown? What y'all going to do? But you knew the Steelers defense would answer the call. We don't see that from this team this year.
Yeah. Man, my question now goes to you, RC, because from a player's perspective or from the fan's perspective, as you're watching this game, when you see your guy giving up the play, like, speak to the fans that see a guy like Jalen Ramsey, who I have the utmost respect for as a dog, but he's getting beat.
No, it's disappointing because the biggest thing is he got beat on 2 fade balls.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what he does, right? He understands how to play the ball. He can press at the line of scrimmage. You get the Jamar Chase, what he tried to play as a push-off, now Jamar scores the touchdown.
Yeah.
Right? And then late in the game, T. Higgins, he's trying to lean into T. Higgins, and then T. Higgins scores. It almost feels to me, because he is so special, because he is so talented, because he can do so many diverse things from an intellectual standpoint, he might be doing too much. This is a guy that's played free safety, that's played nickel, that's played dime, and that's played outside corner. And so now on a night when you're facing,
he did all those things. Excuse me for interjecting. All those things since he's been.
He's done all those things since he's been the Steeler. In the first game against the New York Jets, he opens the game with the tackle on Breece Hall from the middle of the field, right? He plays the nickel spot, and then later on, and he has a tackle for loss on Garrett Wilson, and then late in the game, the big hit came from the corner position. So you're asking a player to move and maneuver into all those roles, and they may have to have an understanding that Jalen Ramsey has to be this thing for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we have to play this way. And you've seen it with the greats. You've seen it with the greats. Eventually, you get to a point in their careers where we can't say we're just going to leave you out there and have you do it one-on-one each and every game. And I think that's where Terrell Austin failed this team last night.
And I think for me personally, what I'm worried about, Cam, is the reliability that's associated with Jalen Ramsey. Because we have to ask him, he's been around for a very long time, and he's done it all. It's not to say that the brother still can't play and he still can't do good things, but is he what he used to be? Because I don't see last night happening to a younger Jalen Ramsey.
But you got Darius Slay as well, too.
He got banged. So Slay got banged up last night,
right?
And so they had to insert Eccles. So now they had Eccles playing the nickel, and then we had Joey Porter Jr. and Jalen Ramsey on the outside. But that was also the whole point about all of these acquisitions, right? You felt like Joey Porter Jr. was a guy. Last year, he traveled with the one. Now you go get Jalen Ramsey, you get Darius Slay. You were supposed to be able to man them up. And listen, I had a conversation with Jalen. Like, that's my dude. He was acquired for this game.
Yes.
He told us before this game, we are going to have a conversation in the cornerback room about who has who. And I asked him specifically, I said, Jalen, who has one? And he said, that's me. And I believe he can do it. He believes he can do it. Obviously, Mike Tomlin, Terrell Austin believed he could do it.
Right.
So you got to do it when it's time.
They believed he could do it before last night.
It's not an easy.
Since
it's not past tense.
Well, I'm not saying it's past. I'm not saying it's past. I'm not saying it's past tense. But here's why we got to be real. We have to understand why it's not past tense, or why it's not past tense. Because everybody ain't Jamar Chase. You see what I'm saying? So you got 256 yards receiving between Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Both of them was getting they both of them. Every time I saw, this is how it felt. You know better than me. You know better. Every time I'm looking at the screen, because we don't see all the angles. Every time you looked at the screen, a play was being made by a Bengals wide receiver. Jalen Ramsey was in the picture.
Right.
Every single time. Every single time. Go back and watch it. Go back and watch. I'm not saying it was his fault. Please don't get me wrong. That's for football analysts to break down. I'm telling you, watching the camera. You know, you're watching the camera and you just see somebody getting up. They're right there. They're coming off their knees. They're coming off their knees. You understand? Right there.
It kept showing up on the surveillance camera.
I mean,